Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel APM Guide. As a part of our APM Inspector series, in this video we discuss about the APM Inspector plugin, okay, and its features, functionalities, and its uses. Okay, let's start. So, so we will see all these four scenarios will be covered in our video. That is the brief introduction to the APM Inspector plugin. So that is what exactly APM plugin. Okay, APM Inspector plugin and how to installation and how to activation and how to use this plugin. Okay, and next one is the we do a comparison between the APM Inspector desktop application, APM Inspector web application with this APM inspector plugin. Okay, we'll see what exactly options are available. Okay, what are the uses of it. And the last one is the uninstall the APM inspector plugin. Because if you want to use this plugin, you can use it. If you not want to use this plugin, how to uninstall the APM inspector plugin also I will explain here. Okay. Now before before introduction to the APM inspector plugin, so normally how we can able to use this APM inspector plugin, APM inspector standalone application. So I have to open the standalone APM inspector standalone application, and then I need to give the capabilities. Okay, and before start session, I need to start the APM server. Okay, so open command prompt, and I need to start the APM server. Okay. Now my APM server is started. Now then I need to go back to the APM inspector, select the capabilities and click on start session. So this is the normal way we used to use the APM inspector standalone application to inspect the elements on our application under test, that is the AUT. Okay, this is normal way we used to. But by using the APM inspector plugin, how we can able to replace this functionality here. So they pay this option. Okay. So close this APM inspector desktop application and close the APM server also. So Control C, APM server is closed. So clear it. Now, now we'll go to the introduction part of this APM inspector plugin. Go back to PPT and then see. By using the APM inspector plugin, this plugin that integrates the APM inspector directly into the APM server installation. Means when you are starting the APM server, right, directly I can start the APM inspector there itself. That is the integrates the APM inspector directly with the APM server installation. Okay, and providing a web-based interface for inspecting and interacting with your application and test means I am directly integrating the APM inspector with the APM server, and then I am using a web-based, it will provide a web-based interface for inspecting and interacting the elements in our AUT, that is the application and test. Okay, this is the use of this APM inspector plugin. And what are its features? See, web-based APM inspector interface accessible via inspector endpoint with the APM server. Means when I'm starting the APM inspector, then only I need to activate this plugin here. And it will provide this web-based APM inspector will provide the full future, okay, full future of this APM inspector as we have in the standalone desktop standalone APM inspector. See what are the options available in the APM inspector desktop applications. See, all the options will be available in the when you are using this APM inspector plugin. Okay, you may think this is a web-based APM inspector, right? And we know that we have one more format is there when you can able to use this web APM inspector web application also. Okay, by using this URL. Just a minute. Okay, so by using this URL, we can able to access the APM inspector web application. What is different between this one and this one? Okay, I will explain about it. What is the difference about it? Okay, so coming to our topic here. So by using this plugin, we can able to use the web-based APM inspector interface with all the options as we have in the standard application APM inspector. Okay, and now how to install this APM inspector plugin? Okay, for installation, we had to use this command here. That is the APM space. So we are installing plugin. We had to use the keyword called plugin space. I am installing, so I had to use the keyword install and source. That is the double hyphen source equal to npm and the name of the this plugin. That is the appium-inspector-plugin. Okay. But till this part we will do, and then we'll come back to the use how do we need to launch this plugin. Okay. Now go back to the command prompt, and now I need to install this appium plugin here. So appium plugin. If I have installed the plugin here, so I have to use the plugin. I'm using install. I have to use the install here, and then I had to give the source here. Okay, double hyphen source. Okay, source npm and name of the plugin. That is appium hyphen inspector hyphen plugin. Okay, and we can run. Just click on enter. First of all, I check the compatibility. If with compatibility, start the installation of this APM inspector plugin. So we need to wait for a few seconds. It depends upon the network speed. If it's more, it will be installed very quickly. Yeah. Just it takes few seconds to install. So my APM inspector plugin installation is going on. Once installation is done, it will provide the name of the plugin with the version number. So few more seconds. Yeah. So it says plugin inspector. Name of the plugin is inspector at the rate of the version is 2024.12.1. It is in beta version. Okay. So successfully installed here. And I just want to confirm this one also. So I will say apm space plugin space list. By using this command, I can know what are all the plugins installed in my system. That is the, you can see the inspector version, particular version is installed in my system here. Okay, now the next one is, so we have installed the APM inspector plugin. Now I want to activate it. Means I want to launch with the APM server. How we can able to do it? Okay, so for usage, I need to start the APM server with the inspector plugin enabled. Okay, that means I need to start the APM server with this plugin here. Okay, so go back this and I have to use this command here, apm space double hyphen use hyphen plugin. This is the argument you use for the any plugin here. So here I am using the plugin inspector here. So I had to give the name as a inspector, and then we have to give a special argument here, that is a double hyphen allow hyphen course. Okay. So what exactly this argument? Okay. This is the one of the argument in our APM server. Okay. By using this allow hyphen course, whether the APM server should allow the web browser connection from any host, because when you are using this APM inspector plugin, I want to open the web based application here, okay, of this APM inspector plugin. So by using this argument, I am asking the APM server allow, okay, web based connection from any host. Okay, that is the use of this argument here. So I had to use this argument must. Okay, so go back to our, so we had to use this particular command to start the APM server with this plugin here. Okay, so go back to the command prompt and say apm space So I'm using the plugin. So use hyphen plugin equal to the name of the plugin is inspector. Okay, and I had to use the argument that is allow dot. That's it. So click on enter. So my APM server is started with this plugin here. It says when you see the log, it says allow course true use plugin inspector. Okay, so my APM server started with this plugin here. Okay, and now I had to, if you go to PPT, to access this inspector interface, I had to open this particular URL here. That is the HTTP colon forward slash localhost colon port name. So we are using the default port because when I'm launching the APM server, I not use any port argument there. Otherwise, if you use the port argument, you can use the whatever the port you have given, you have to use this port here. So now it is default. Okay. Now that is the port number is 4723 slash inspector. Okay. Now I go to the browser and then open new one and say HTTP, okay, not S colon double slash localhost, okay, colon 4723 slash inspector. Just click on enter. Now my web-based APM inspector plugin app is opened here. So this is different with this one. This is different and this is different. Okay, the APM inspector web application is different and this is different. Okay, and now I have opened this one and you can see observe the URL here localhost colon 43 port name slash inspector. But when you are using this APM inspector web application, I had to use this URL inspector.apmpro.com. Okay, that is difference between the APM inspector web application, APM inspector plugin web application. Okay, that is interface here. Okay, now I had to give the capabilities. Okay, so I am using the platform name Android and one more capability I need to add automation name. Okay, and I say UI automated 2 and just click on start session. See, when I'm using the APM desktop standalone application, I am opening the APM inspector. Then I am opening a command prompt and then I'm typing the APM and start the APM server. Here already APM server is started with this plugin. So there is no need of separately starting the APM server. Okay, click on start session. Now we have opened the emulator here. So we got the screenshot and the source of app source also. And we will inspect here. So I click on views. So I get the selector value of this element here. Okay. That is the for this views element, I have the strategy, attribute ID and selector. So we can use normally how we can able to use this APM inspector desktop application. That is all the functionalities will work here. So all the functionalities which you are using in our desktop application, all the options are available in this localhost APM inspector also. So all the options are available here. Okay, you can see the commands, gestures, recording, everything will work here. All the options are work here. So what I will do, I'll demonstrate with the recorder here, and I create a gesture here. Okay, so just I add a small gesture that is a tap on this view. Okay, move. I want to move here, and just I want a pointer down, and then it says then find the pass for, sorry, it is a where to move, then I say pass for 2 seconds, 2 milliseconds, and then say up. Okay, it is down. Okay, see, I created a small gesture here. Okay, that is a tap gesture, and I say the pixel and just play. So just to demonstrate that we can use this all the options here. So I click on this tab on views. Okay, so we can use all the options what are available in our standalone desktop applications. All the options are available in this interface also. Okay, and now if you go to the this one, so we know how to access this inspector interface. Okay, so by using this URL, and now we'll just compare the difference. Okay, see, when you are using the APM inspector desktop applications, all the options are available. That is, all options are available. Okay. The same thing, all options are available when you are using this APM inspector plugin. Okay, but when you are using the APM inspector web application, only few options are available. Okay, that is the difference between the desktop application, APM Inspector desktop application, APM Inspector web application, and the APM Inspector plugin web interface. This is the web interface. This is the web application. So you can understand the difference here. Okay. So the URL of this one is the different here. So we have to give like this. Okay. But for APM Inspector web application, the URL will be like this. Okay. And now what we'll do? We will see the next one is the how to uninstall the APM Inspector plugin. Because if you want to use this plugin, install it. If you not want to use this plugin, better to uninstall it here. So also how to uninstall this APM Inspector plugin. So before that one, go back to the browser and quit the session. Okay, and go to command prompt, and I want to close this APM Inspector session here. So just say Control C. So my APM Inspector is stopped. And now close this APM inspector interface also and go back to the command prompt. Now I want to uninstall the APM inspector plugin. So just I said APM space. So I'm installing the plugin side. I use the keyword say plugin, and I'm installing. So I had to use the keyword called uninstall. So it is the same process for all the plugins. Okay, to uninstall, and give the name of the plugin, that is the inspector. Okay, that's it. Click on enter. So uninstalling the plugin inspector. So we need to wait for the few seconds so that our APM inspector plugin is uninstalled completely. Okay, just wait for a few seconds so that the uninstallation process will complete. So few more seconds. Yeah, it says successfully uninstall plugin inspector. Okay, now I will run this command also apm plugin list. So from here also it will not display the plugin here. Say the APM inspector plugin is not available in our system. Okay, and what you may think, what's the use of this particular APM inspector plugin? Okay, so one of the uses is that there is no need to install the APM Inspector desktop application. So without using the APM Install desktop application, we can able to use all the options available, all the features, all the functionalities which are available in our APM Inspector desktop application are available in when you are using this APM Inspector plugin. Okay, but when you use this APM Inspector web application, only few options and functionalities are available. Okay, that is one advantage. And second advantage is when you are using the APM Inspector plugin, there is no need to start the APM server separately. Okay, Directly we are launching the APM server with this plugin. So there is no separate launching the APM server is needed. That is the second advantage. Okay. And so this is all about the APM Inspector plugin. If you like this video, please click on like button and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.